Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock news from the Sultan of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan greets the custodian of the two holy mosques on the Foundation Day anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan sends a written message to His Majesty the King of the Kingdom of the Netherlands related to the bilateral relations between the two countries. As per royal directives, His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Said receives His Excellency the Deputy Prime Minister for the Slovak Republic for legislation and strategic planning. The foundation stone for the Central Public Health Laboratory is laid in the Wilaya of Sib in Muscat Governorate. And with the participation of more than 60 countries, the Sultan of Oman hosts the second edition of the Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, on the occasion of the Foundation Day. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Cyril Errol Charles, Governor General of St. Lucia, on his country's independence anniversary. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent a written message to His Majesty King William Alexander of the Kingdom of the Netherlands related to the bilateral relations between the two countries and means of developing them. The message was handed over by His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Abdullah bin Salim Al-Harthi, Ambassador of the Sultan of Oman to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, when he was received in The Hague today by the Excellency Paul Hughes, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. As per royal directives, His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, received today His Excellency Stefan Hawley, Deputy Prime Minister of the Slovak Republic for legislation and strategic planning. At the beginning of the meeting, His Excellency the guest conveyed the greetings of the leadership of the Slovak Republic and his best wishes to the leadership of the Sultan of Oman, wishing the Omani people further progress and development. His Excellency also expressed his country's interest in strengthening relations with the Sultan of Oman in various fields. After welcoming the guest and his accompanying delegation, His Highness reviewed the existing bilateral relations between the two countries, stressing that the Sultan of Oman has prepared all means to support its relations with countries all over the world and facilitated the appropriate climate for investments, especially in economic diversification sectors such as industry, trade, tourism, and other areas, with more opportunities for businessmen to invest. During the meeting, the current issues and developments on the regional and international arenas were also reviewed, and efforts are being made to support security and stability. From his part, His Excellency the guest expressed his and the accompanying delegation's delight for the visit, stressing his country's appreciation for the progress and development achieved by the Sultan of Oman, as well as its constructive contributions in enhancing understanding and strengthening bonds of friendship with all countries. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Said Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, the Foreign Minister. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, also received today His Excellency Juan Carlos Salazar, Secretary General of the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO, and his accompanying delegation were visiting the Sultan of Oman to attend the International Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum in Muscat from February 21st to 23rd. After welcoming His Excellency the guest and the accompanying delegation, His Highness affirmed that the establishment of the modern airport is one of the most important achievements of the Sultan of Oman, as it represents a link of communication and openness to the world. His Highness pointed out that the Civil Aviation Authority has put the project of expanding the airspace among the priorities of the projects that it will implement due to its positive returns. The authority has coordinated with all competent authorities to obtain the approvals as this project is linked to the approval of the International Civil Aviation Organization of the sovereignty of airspace according to the Chicago Convention. His Highness stressed the importance of the Sultan of Oman hosting the International Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum to discuss the best ways to support air transport, praising the role played by the International Civil Aviation Organization in ensuring the security and safety of travelers and global air traffic. From his part, His Excellency the Secretary General of the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO expressed his appreciation to the Sultan of Oman for the comprehensive renaissance it has achieved in the many fields and for the international airports and ports that the Sultan possesses, which were built according to the latest technologies and international standards. His Excellency indicated that the hosting and good preparation for this forum will contribute to reaching many positive results that serve the international air transport movement. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamoud Al Maouli, Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology, His Excellency Engineer Naif bin Ali Al Abri, Chairman of the Civil Aviation Authority, and Mohammed bin Mansour Al Ruqayshi, Permanent Representative of the Sultan of Oman to the International Civil Aviation Organization. Boosting cooperation in the fields of international civil aviation and a number of issues of common interest between the Sultan of Oman and the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO, top discussions of His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Amani, Minister of Royal Office, when he received His Excellency Juan Carlos Salazar, Secretary General of ICAO. His Excellency the Minister of the Royal Office welcomed the guest, who expressed his thanks and appreciation to the Sultan of Oman for hosting the International Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum and for its role in strengthening cooperation in the fields of international civil aviation. His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Nasser Al-Zaabi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, received His Excellency Juan Carlos Salazar, Secretary General of the General International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO. During the meeting, cordial conversations were exchanged and a number of issues of common interest were discussed. His Excellency Said Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, the Foreign Minister, received His Excellency Stephen Hawley, Deputy Prime Minister for Slovak Republic for Legislation and Strategic Planning. During the meeting, they reviewed areas of economic cooperation between the two countries and opportunities for exchanging experiences and investment diversification in various fields, including those related to strategic planning for infrastructure, reconstruction, digital transformation, and industrialization by employing the latest technological systems and structures and artificial intelligence. The meeting also dealt with Slovakia's experience in developing programs to reduce carbon emissions, develop green industries, stimulate innovation and entrepreneurship, empower the private sector, and some regional and global developments of common interest. The Ministry of Health celebrated laying the foundation stone for the Central Public Health Laboratory in the Wilayat of Sib in Muscat Governorate on an area of more than 18,000 square meters. The laboratory will contain the latest technologies and equipment in the field of laboratory tests. The cost of the laboratory constructions is about 18,200,000 Omani Riyals and is expected to be completed in the final half of the year 2025. The Sultan of Oman, represented by the Civil Aviation Authority, is hosting the second Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum organized by the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO from 21st to 23rd of February 2023. The forum's opening was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Saidi, Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs. More details in the following report.
At the second Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum, which sheds light on issues of interest to the international aviation community in the legal field, the Civil Aviation Authority unveiled the slogan commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Sultanate of Oman's membership in the International Civil Aviation Organization.
Amongst 63 states that are attending today, three multinational organizations, more than 30 experts are attending this forum from the various countries to discuss the pressing issues today. The geopolitical arena today, the post-COVID has already made an impact on the legal framework, and therefore it is very important that the world comes into one forum, discuss the pressing issues, and in order to align and agree on what's the future. Having all the regulations up to date is very important for everyone, and therefore Oman wants to make an impact in the global arena when it comes to the compliance to the regulations and law.
The event features presentations on a variety of civil aviation subjects given by more than 30 professionals across the globe, including topics relating to recent developments, emerging issues in the air law field, and civil aviation organizations' work in the legal field.
The Sultanate of Oman acceded to the Chicago Convention 50 years ago, and since then has played a leading role internationally and of course in the region to promote the rule of law, to promote international air law treaties, and that's why today we are here in this forum where experts from all over the world come together to precisely discuss what is the contributions of aviation law to the development of this sector.
The first day of the forum witnessed signing a management services agreement between the Civil Aviation Authority and the International Civil Aviation Organization to foster Oman's endeavors to accomplish the highest safety standards in civil aviation. The Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum is a great opportunity to explore potential solutions for various challenges facing state parties. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The fourth International Conference on Quality and Value Engineering emphasized the need to apply value engineering techniques to any product, system, or service for any type of economic activity to raise production capacity, improve performance and quality level. His Excellency Sayyid Saud bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Governor of Muscat, patronized the opening of the conference.
Shedding light on the importance of value engineering and presenting a set of practical and applicable ideas and alternatives, and spreading awareness of value engineering now and in the future, top discussions raised at the 4th International Conference on Quality and Value Engineering held in Muscat.
Value engineering is a very important subject matter in our business and in our life. We apply it in our life in a general way. Oman is quite famous for doing a lot of projects personally on a global scale. As far as OQ is concerned, value engineering is in the heart of OQ. It is applied in our different stages of projects, during the execution of projects. Part of our assurance processes, we have to apply value engineering. And value engineering, considering the emerging changes in the world and the policies that are coming, will have a great benefit in making our projects successful.
I did not say safe.
A number of working papers were presented during the conference, most notably value engineering from a global and Gulf perspective, time and cost management in value engineering, and the importance of true teamwork for successful value engineering projects. Using value engineering is important to improve quality and raise efficiency, value management in reducing costs, in addition to the role of value engineering in creativity, overcoming obstacles to development, and raising efficiency using the latest methods of value engineering and how to reduce financial waste in various projects.
Minister of Labor tried to cooperate with all this organization to organize this type of the conferences regarding the new techniques and the new methodology we talk about today about the conference of value of engineering. And this is will help our initiative, our project, not only in the private sector and the government sector as well. And this will help and reflect to increase the productivity and also at the same time to make sure this will not affect to the quality.
لنغطي سلسلة القيمة.
Value engineering is a systematic analytical approach to provide the necessary functions in any project at the lowest possible cost and encourages the replacement of materials and methods with less expensive alternatives without sacrificing efficiency and quality.
Still to come, our news bulletin. The activities of the 27th edition of Muscat International Book Fair 2023 starts tomorrow. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate Oman Television. Members of the State Council paid a visit to the headquarters of the Petroleum Development Oman PDO at Min Al Fahal. During the visit, the members got acquainted with the company performance in various fields, including health, safety, environment, production, controlling the cost, and finding job and training opportunities for Omanis with this program of gross domestic product. The members of the State Council praised the company's commitment in achieving sustainable development and enhancing its efforts in concession areas and supporting the government development efforts. The delegation was headed by His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Khalili, Chairman of the State Council. The Shura Council office reviewed in its meeting today a number of ministerial responses regarding the change orders in the project of Sharqiyya Dual Expressway, teaching agriculture education in public schools, and the proposal to establish early education classrooms for social security and limited income families. The meeting also considered a number of requests for information about the future of the crop of coconut trees in the Governorate of Dhofar, contracts for the jobs of school guards, and procedures for appointing medical addresses, and discussed a query about procedures for employing Omanis older than 30 years old of age. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Al Mali, Chairman of the Shura Council. The Oman Technology Infrastructure Company celebrated in Muscat the launch of Helios Towers under the patronage of His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamoud Al Mauli, Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology. More details in the following report.
A celebration took place last night on the occasion of Oman Technology Infrastructure Company launched the Helios Towers, a purchase of more than 2,500 towers, infrastructure tower assets in the Sultanate of Oman, with a total of $495 million. This was highlighted at the ceremony in which the Omani Technology Infrastructure Company Helios Towers, a communications company in the field of communications infrastructure, will lead in this area in the Sultanate after it has established one of the largest portfolios, the vast towers across Africa.
Today we celebrate the leadership of the telecommunication sector in divesting the passive infrastructure. It is an honor to be part of the story where Oman is the first country in the Middle East to basically spin off the passive infrastructure. It is healthy because this will let the telecommunication companies focus on their core business, and that is providing telecommunication services, while the specialists in the passive infrastructure take a leading role in developing and expanding the infrastructure to enable more innovation in the sector where needed.
The Omani Technology Infrastructure Company is an Omani bridge investment where the Rakiza Fund of the Oman Investments Authority acquires 30% of the assets of Omantel Telecom Towers in the Sultanate of Oman, while Hellos Towers, a company listed in the United Kingdom, bought 70%, thus enhancing network coverage, improving access across their markets.
Our business model is all about sharing of infrastructure. So we're all about getting the maximum value and utilization out of telecoms infrastructure. This immediately drives down costs, creates synergies, improves quality of service, and we solely focus on the passive side of the network. So that means the power, that means the property management, that means the maintenance, the security, things like that, which means that we're able to, because we're focusing on that 24/7, drive premium levels of service to our customers and to therefore the wider population at large. We also come with a huge amount of financial capacity and investment, both in terms of our initial entry and the acquisition that we participated in with Omantel, but also for future growth and future development in the country. So we're very much looking forward to supporting the government's ambitions in the growth of 5G, data, getting ubiquitous coverage across the whole country.
This is part of Omantel's current strategy to monetize its non-core assets, and in this case it's the towers of Omantel, and it's the passive component of the towers, not the active, which is mainly the real estate part. We have managed to close the deal with achieving sales proceeds of $495 million with foreign direct investment in the Sultanate, and that the aim also for Omantel here is to move ahead with its deleveraging plans and to reduce the debt levels, and that on the other hand would reduce or optimize the costs moving forward and reducing the interest costs.
Hellos was established in the year 2009 and currently manages more than 8,600 sites in a number of African countries, and the company expects its presence in the 5 new markets in Africa and the Middle East, provided that the number of towers will increase to about 15,000 towers during the coming period. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Masr.
Under the title, The Self-Employment Economy, the 12th session of the Vision Economic Forum began in Muscat. More details in the following report.
To enhance awareness on the culture of self-employment and encourage Omani youth to engage in it, the 12th session of a Ru'ya Economic Forum under the title The Self-Employment Economy came to create an environment for discussion that puts forward implementation paths on practical levels, provides social protection for workers in this path, and also stands against all the challenges that faces them, all with an aim to find practical and systematic solutions which enhance the development and economic return of the self-employment sector, especially with the regulatory and financing parts.
We're providing them with of course, the pension arrangements. There are also banking facilities with various banks in the Sultanate, and most importantly, ease to reach their clients through platforms in the government and in the private sector as well.
The forum included a main working paper entitled Hopes and Opportunities for a Permanent Working Path, in addition to an interactive session to determine the aspirations of the youth and to which extent the Sultanate of Oman stands to ensure the success of them within the legislative and executive community awareness levels. Also, the mechanisms to enable innovation and create opportunities in accordance with the objective of Oman's 2040 vision, in addition to a discussion session entitled Freelancing Between Current Priorities and Future Requirements.
The event today was very interesting to know about the new economies which are in the world, happening in the world with regards to freelancing and the gig economy, and many papers were presented, and it is very clear that the appetite to the freelancing and the self-employment is happening in a big time.
This forum actually tackles a very important topic for the Omani economy, which is moving from the inclination of graduates and job seekers generally to move from seeking jobs in the public sector, in the government, to creating their own jobs in the private sector, being entrepreneurs. This is basically the backbone of any advanced economy. Economies grow not because of government jobs, but because of private sectors and entrepreneurs generating opportunities, creating value added in the economy.
Arroya Economic Forum seeks to reach out to set a sustainable operating solution with which the work environment develops, in which consistency is ensured between the theoretical path and the practical one, all in line with the requirements of self-employment in the Sultanate of Oman.
Vice Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received Rear Admiral Shahram Irani, Commander of the Islamic Republic of Iran Navy, and the military delegation accompanying him, which is currently visiting the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, a number of military topics and aspects of cooperation between the two sides were discussed. Vice Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, received the academic preparatory team of the Gulf Academy for Strategic and Security Studies, headed by Rear Admiral Tariq Khalfan al-Zaabi, and the military delegation accompanying him, which is currently visiting the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, views were exchanged on issues related to the Gulf Academy for Strategic and Security Studies and its development mechanism, as well as upgrading its curricula at the strategic and security level in a way that serves the military security and academic institutions of the Gulf Cooperation Council countries. A number of issues of common interest were also discussed. The academic preparatory team of the Gulf Academy for Strategic and Security Studies, headed by Rear Admiral Tariq Khalfan al-Zaabi, and the military delegation accompanying him, visited the Maritime Security Center. The delegation toured the center's facilities, toured the central facilities, and viewed its latest equipment and technologies. The delegation was also briefed on the role and tasks carried out by the center within its essential duties as it coordinates with relevant authorities in search and rescue missions for the safety of the maritime environment. The activities of the 27th edition of Muscat International Book Fair 2023 will start tomorrow, the 22nd of February, till the 4th of March. In this edition, the government of South Al-Batna will be the guest of honor, and it will include a number of cultural activities. Artificial intelligence will be used for the first time to know the number of visitors in real time, the ages and categories, and to help collect and analyze all data related to the exhibition. 656 publishing houses from 32 countries will participate in more than 533,063 titles and the publications. The Royal Hospital inaugurated the thoracic surgery unit, the first of its kind at the local level, with the aim of providing advanced and comprehensive care for this category of patients. The unit will evaluate medical diagnosis and treatment options for diseases and cancers of the lung, esophagus and chest injuries, in addition to surgeries, endoscopy and others. This comes within the plans to unify and speed up appointments, activate early detection examinations, and work to start a lung transplant program in the near future. The Ministry of Labour conducted a number of tests and personal interviews for applicants to fill vacant government sectors jobs in Muscat Governorate. The number of actual vacancies that were interviewed reached 23, for which 72 male and female citizens of various educational qualifications competed. The first ranked citizens are notified via text messages to attend and complete the appointment procedures. The Oman Association for Consumer Protection organized a symposium entitled Oils and Fats in the Food Industry. This symposium aimed to increase awareness of requirements and specifications related to the relevant food processing factories, enhancing the capabilities of workers in the field of food safety and develop the control and evaluation skills of those concerned. It also aimed to raise the level of production quality and to identify some improved food systems to ensure the safety and quality of food. This is the Sultan of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan greets the custodian of the two holy mosques on the Foundation Day anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan sends a written message to His Majesty the King of the Kingdom of the Netherlands related to the bilateral relations between the two countries. As per royal directives, His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed receives His Excellency the Deputy Prime Minister for the Slovak Republic for legislation and strategic planning. The foundation stone for the Central Public Health Laboratory is laid in the Wilaya of Sib in Muscat Governorate. And with the participation of more than 60 countries, the Sultan of Oman hosts the second edition of the Civil Aviation Legal Advisors Forum. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from Overseas Newsroom and the studios. Thanks for watching. Good night.